not happen, like 9/11, for example, is not in our 1995 standards, of course, and other sorts of things like that. But for the most part, what it does is provide a guidance to help teachers implement the Common Core in their social studies classes. One of the big aspects of particularly the English Language Arts Common Core is that it needs to be implemented in social studies and in science. The Next Generation Science Standards came out last August. I have plowed through most of it. A lot of its charts, which I have not gone into in depth, but at least the text I have read. And we probably won't rush to adopt those the way they are published for two primary reasons. One is that we have very limited technology or engineering instruction in the state of New York right now, and we will have to ratchet that up in order to be able to do the next generation science standards. And the second is that science, earth science, chemistry, physics, biology, is heavily siloed in the state of New York, particularly at the higher education level. So that as we prepare teachers to teach in those areas, we do, as you know, Regents exams in the 4 sciences, and the certification system is siloed in those 4 science areas, and the teacher preparation is siloed in those 4 science areas. The next generation science standards at the national level are very much integrated on themes. So it's going to take some time to provide the professional development to change the sort of siloed system, missing technology education, really, largely. I mean, I know we have Project Lead the Way and a number of other engineering programs in the state, but we don't have a lot of that. And many districts have none. It's going to take some time to make that conversion. I think what you're going to see, and what we discussed at the Board of Regents table, is another framework in science to take the science standards that we now have and provide guidance to teachers to be able to implement the Common Core in their science courses. And I think that's the direction we're going to go in. The framework is not a mandatory document, it's a guidance, and I expect to see that sometime next year. There's a national core arts standard coming out. The big change in that is to add a 5th discipline in the arts. We've always had dance, visual arts, music, and theater arts. Almost forgot what it was. And now they want to add media arts. And that would be a slight difference. I don't think that has a big impact on you. I think at the sort of mandate level, if you will, that 1 credit of art can be in art or music, and that's what most of you do in the smaller school districts. You have to have a fairly robust district before you get into any serious level of dance or theater arts teaching, although some of you may have that, I'm not sure. And certainly I've seen it in some schools. I actually got pushback on this next item. I'm interested to see if anybody has any comments on it. So we have authorized competitive cheerleading to be